could you explain the principle of this work, which is kind of mysterious, right? But very minimal.
It is very minimal. It's a little mysterious, much like Walter de Maria. So these works are called the Truck Trilogy. There are 3 trucks. Each of them is a Chevrolet truck from the 1950s, which he has stripped of anything but the essential details. So that means he's taken off the rear view windows, he's taken off some of the mirrors, he's taken off some of the license plate holder. So you get this like really sculptural form that is highlighted by some of the stainless steel on the truck itself. And then in the truck, Walter has inserted an oak bed, and there are 3 stainless steel rods that are in the bed of each of the trucks. One is a circle, one is a triangle, one is a square. The order is different for each of the trucks, and so you have this kind of beacon that is mysterious, and there are many ways in which one can interpret this. The premise of the show, which is curated by Donna DeSalvo, is that these trucks, which were his final sculpture, the trucks were completed posthumously after Walter died in 2013, but they were very much figured out before his death because Walter was working on them every day, conceived of them in 2011 after he completed, or as he was completing a sculpture called the Bel Air Trilogy, which is also 3 1955 Chevy cars with rods inserted
but
into
they are
them.
new, no? Or they are repainted?
These are old trucks which have been repainted and, again, stripped of all details.
And there's an engine inside?
There is not an engine. The engine has been taken
it's
off.
just a shell.
All the fluids have been taken out. But if you think about the fact that Walter was sometimes taking the outside, he was known as a minimalist artist, but also affiliated with land art.
Yes.
And one of his most well-known sculptures is the Lightning Field from 1977.
Exactly.
But also there are 2 sculptures, the Earth Room, 1977, and the Broken Kilometer, 1979. All of these are owned and maintained by the Dia Art Foundation. The Earth Room in New York and the Broken Kilometer in New York are both indoor sculptures, and the Earth Room takes earth, typically seen outside, and puts it inside. And here we have trucks, typically seen outside, used to
Is it
drive
unique?
Around. Each of these are
because
unique.
there's a twin at Fondation Prada, right?
Prada has the Bel Air Trilogy, so that is a sculpture completed in 2011 and begun in 2000 with 1955 Chevy Bel Airs. Again, that was the impetus, I think, for these sculptures, which he was very much thinking about while he was making the cars. And it's also, I think, related to perhaps Walter's youth, and also the idea of driving around outside.
But why his youth? Because you happen to know him, did he speak about his youth?
Not directly. Walter was very private, and he also didn't speak about his art very much. He never talked about the meaning of his art. It was really left to you, the viewer, to figure out what the meaning was.
But did he say, I could see trucks on the streets of my village?
No,
or
never
I don't know.
anything that direct. But I think it was, I think these connect to his life. They connect to a life that he had when he was out scouting, looking for land in which he was going to use for the Lightning Field. Also, there was an earlier work that he made in Nevada called the Las Vegas piece. And I also think the rods in the back of the truck, the vertical rods, one can make the connection certainly to the poles of the Lightning Field, to earlier sculptures like the Bed of Spikes, which were from 1968. I think I'm correct in saying that. But also when you look at this object and how reflective it is, and the way that it then the viewer, reflects you as you're moving around the object, the engagement of the viewer was very much something that Walter encouraged through his art. It was subtle sometimes. In the later works, it was more subtle. In the earlier works, it was not. It was literally, there are other works in this exhibition, take a ball, drop it in a hole, and have it fall down. That's a very interactive piece. This maybe is a little bit more subtle and how it encourages you to walk around and see yourself.
Yes, and why do you say bed about that?
Bed, it's called called a truck bed.
Ah, okay. But
and
it's not for sleeping.
it's not for
right?
sleeping, no. It's a platform, really.
Yeah.
But they're also mysterious. I mean, you
Yeah.
could say, what are these? They kind of look like they could be space objects in outer space.
Couldn't it be a tool for portable lighting field?
I'm sorry?
A portable tool for lighting field? You carry that and there are some
I mean, I
light
think it's
effect?
sort of suggestive of the lightning field, right? Or like it's maybe communicating in some way. Like the lightning field is meant to pull energy
Yeah.
from the sky, and yet you often don't see lightning when you go to the lightning field. It's your expectation, really, that the lightning field is drawing upon. And this too, I think it's involving one's imagination and one's expectation of what is happening, what could happen with this unusual object.
And where does it come from?
You mean where does the
The three pieces, where do they come from?
they were made in New York. They were completed in New York. They were at Walter's studio when he died, which was on the lower east side of Manhattan, and all the materials were from America. The
So it
rods were
belongs
milled in New York.
to the air
It
of...
comes from the estate. Yes,
The estate.
they belong to the estate of Walter de Moria. Yes.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.